Prepare to be amazed.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be.
How you doing, everybody? This is Jason J. South of Fun and Video Games, bringing you today a review of Ghostbusters Afterlife. My first impressions of the movie we've waited so long for, and also a review of the 4K set of Ghostbusters 1, 2, and Afterlife. Now, with these box sets, I cannot stress this enough to you out there, the viewer. When you see these, if you want them, go after them right away. I'm telling you this right now. Historically speaking, these box sets, just like this right here, which is an amazing box set, to say the least, will be gone, as bottles just dropped, will be gone faster than I can snap my fingers. Now, here's the reason why. These box sets are usually released for a very limited amount of time. And in the physical sense, physical world, physical media, a lot of stores don't really carry a lot of box sets or movies or anything else in general because everything is going digital. Not everything. As you can see, I'm a big believer of preserving history, whether it be through video games, nonsense, belts, action figures. You know the deal with the House of Fun and Video Games. We're all about preserving that history, looking back on it, thinking back on our great memories of what we had at one point or another, or making new ones. But now we're falling off the train tracks already. It's not even 10 minutes in the video. I will pull myself back. Okay. The reason why we're saying that is very simple. Those box sets, when they are in stores when available, they're only there for a limited amount of time. And then after that, good luck to you. I'll give you a prime example when finally the box set for the Friday the 13th series that includes 1, the original, 2, I believe, the remake, and included Freddy vs. Jason, was around for a very limited amount of time. When that went away, you couldn't find them anywhere. They became out of print, scarce, very quickly. And on the places where you can buy things, whether it's eBay or Mercy or what was the other thing I've seen it on? Craigslist. I've seen a bunch of different places for it. This thing was literally $130, I believe, when it first came out, and it was going and being bought for between $300 and $500. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge horror fan. I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th, but shelling out that kind of money for that box set, even your boy here has his limits. You can avoid all that by simply going after things you want to right away. Now, let's get to the part that's important of this video. Back on the tracks. My first impressions of Afterlife. Is this a spoiler review? Am I going to go in depth with characters, plot points, the ending? No, I'm not going to. There's plenty of videos out there for you to review on that. I've seen a few of them myself. People make a lot of great points. to their likes and dislikes, their pros and cons of the movie. It's not really what I want to do with this. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had this video shot weeks ago. And when I looked at the finished product, or almost finished product, I just wasn't pleased. This is the second time I've done this on the channel. And I'm being honest with you because I'm an upfront, open and honest person through here and in life. And when I don't like something, I usually have to do it over again. And that's perfectly fine.
You remember me, I'm Percy, the USPS. I've come to deliver you another package, and I kind of opened it again.
You opened another package. Well, I mean, you're just a class act, my friend. I mean, I get it. You've been here. You understand, like, who would even begin to imagine what could be coming into this room, right?
Listen, I did not mean to do that. I was just curious what you got. How's that PS5 working, by the way?
Well, I mean, yes, the room is great. I do have a lot of retro freshness, and I would like you to be able to join me in here at some point in time. But just not tonight. Now I've got to shoot another vid and look at some crazy thing that's landing on my doorstep again. Well, Percy, I appreciate you. That PS5 really made me happy.
Well, we're real glad to hear that, sir. And I guess it's about that time to make my escape. And why do I keep getting your residence? I don't have any idea there, sir. But I mean, you got a lot of great stuff in here. You mind if I come in and paint out?
I guess I'll just take the package now.
Well, I'm glad you're going to think about it. I appreciate that, and I subscribed. I'm one of your subs now, brother. So you go ahead and take the package and do your thing, YouTube guy.
I didn't even look at it this time, Percy. Not that I did before, but I was tempted to because it's really open this time. But thanks, and hopefully you can join us at some point. But I'm sure you've got a lot of busy stuff to do.
Well, it was it was a pleasure seeing you again. House of Fun Video Games, and you take care of yourself now, and I'll get more packages to deliver.
Thanks again, man. I appreciate it, and thanks for subscribing. That's fantastic. I've gotten a lot of those lately. It's really wild. Spread the word out there. Let everybody know about the House of Fun and Video Games. I'm glad that me and you were on the same page. And stay tuned for whatever's in here, I guess.
Yes, sir. Lucky hat. Lucky hat. You have a good night, and anytime you want to give up some of that retro freshness, I'll be more than happy to take it off your hands. And glad the PS5 is still working. But I'm just gonna excuse myself. So, Percy, signing off. Subscribe. All right, I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is going to happen. I'm very creative, and I want to give you the best quality content that I can. So, decisions have to be made, along with other real life stuff too as well. It's been a little hectic. But anyway, my first impressions of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then we will get into the box set. And I'm going to do it a little differently. You expect the overhead view after this. I know you have. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, you're expecting that. That's not going to be the case today. I'm actually going to play it somewhere in between this video. I'm going to figure it out because I'm a smart person and I can do that. Or I could just look it up on the internet and figure out how to do it because I'm okay at editing, but certain things I just don't know how to do. Don't sue me. Don't hate me. Appreciate the honesty. Now, first impressions of the movie. Let me take you back to, I don't know, the last 20 years or whatever it's been. I, along with many other people, especially being somebody from the 80s, couldn't have been more excited to see Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. We expected a third one. We demanded a third one. We needed a third one. And to no avail for a lot of different reasons, which, again, I'm not going to get into too much. Rewrites. This person not agreeing with this person. Legal issues. All this other stuff. Plenty of things got in our way from getting our third Ghostbusters movie. The franchise as a whole, though, if I may go back a step, it is amazing. It brings me back to a different part of my life. I have action figures. I have reproductions, and you know how your boy is reproductions, but I'm okay with these ones. I've got the original stuff as well. Not in the best condition, but hey, I had it when I was a kid. What do you want from me? It just takes me back, even thinking about it. Watching those movies over and over and over again. Just a special thing. There was something special about these movies. It had the right amount of comedy. It had the right amount of special effects that were practical for the most part. It's just a different time. And there was another Ghostbusters film, not considered to be the third one, but another Ghostbusters film in the series, which came out in 2016. Did I ever see that movie? No, I did not. And it's not for the many reasons that are out there, and I'm not doing this to get into the obvious specific things with the movie. For whatever reason, it did not grab my attention. And I guarantee you, for the most part, it was because I did not see Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Winston Zeddemore, and Egon Spangler. Slimer. And I did not see Louis Tully. I did not see anybody. It just was unfamiliar to me. So therefore, something I decided not to see. Maybe someday, because I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've heard a lot of not so great things about it. Maybe it will be time for me to take a look at that. But we're here to talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife. That builds you up to this point. I did not get a chance to see this in the theaters for a number of different reasons. I really wish I got the chance to, because the first one literally came out months after I was born. The second one came out, I believe, in 89, so I was about, 5 years old? 5 years old. I don't believe I saw it, so if I did, I don't remember. But this was my one chance to do it. And I didn't get around to doing it. It is what it is, but I couldn't wait to bring it home. I stayed away from everything that said anything in regards to reviews, non-spoilers, everything. I just blocked it all out, and I was able to get the full experience of the movie. In this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, you know on the other side of this camera that it is very difficult to do. But I was able to see it spoiler-free, which I hope you do too, whether it's because of this video, whether it's something new you want to watch, or maybe you just didn't know it came out. Or maybe you were just waiting to pull the trigger on it. No pun intended, of course. I couldn't have been more excited when this came out. After finally searching around, waiting for this to come out on Blu-ray or 4K or DVD, I didn't care what it was. I saw it and I was like, okay, it's got a release date in January. Awesome. And then I saw something else that somebody was talking about, referring to somewhere. And it was this. And this is called the Ultimate Collection because, believe you me, this is the holy grail of everything Ghostbusters. I have a lot of different things from Ghostbusters. Matter of fact, I'd like to go through an in-depth video at some point, talking about everything with Ghostbusters and really having you understand my point of view. Now, why do I think this is awesome? One, I wasn't just going to get the movie by itself. When I saw this, there was no chance that I wasn't going to not do it. So, it was about $100, which is fine. We pre-ordered it, and I pre-ordered it through Amazon, which I never do, but that's how I was able to find it. I don't even think this was released in like places, big box retailers that I've seen. I have not seen it, so. And after that pre-order was gone, believe you me, those prices, like I was talking about at the beginning of this video, went through the roof. I don't have exact figures for you, but they were very high. And they were being sold, believe you me. Very sought after collectible, if I may say. So, why is this so interesting? Well, let's get back to the movie. Then we'll talk about the box set. So, the movie. What did I think about it? Was it everything that I hoped for? Yes, it was. Did I get every single thing that I wanted? No, I did not. Was it what I expected? For the most part, yes. Very simply to put, if I'm looking at this from the outside looking in and I want to see a new installment to an awesome franchise that's already well on its way to being well over 30 years old, I expect a lot out of it. The hype for something like this is through the charts. I think that the place that they went to, as in, I guess I could say this without it being a spoiler, passing the torch. This is an appropriate movie. If that wasn't where we were going or where the intention was, I don't think it would have been made correctly. Not all of it, but some of it just wouldn't make any sense. But the characters, new ones, I'll say, at first it took me a little time to warm up to them. I'm pretty sure it's the same reason why people didn't warm up to the 2016 installment or iteration of Ghostbusters. It was something new, and we weren't willing to give it a chance because it didn't have every single solitary thing we've seen before. The creator of Ghostbusters, Ivan Reitman, his son made this movie, with Ivan Reitman, being a person that could be there to kind of bounce ideas off of him or, whatever. They had a very close relationship, father-son. And you could clearly see it. There's a lot of throwbacks. There's a lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of nods, if I may, a tip of the hat to the original. And some of the second one as well, but more so the original. And I think that was the right amount. Not too much, not too little. It was a great fan service for sure. Another movie that had a lot of fan service in it, an excessive amount, but I appreciated, was The Force Awakens from Star Wars. Some people did not. Hey, it's all up to opinions. That's why it's great to talk about these movies. And I was just blown away by this movie. It took me back to a different time, but at the same time it introduced a lot of new things to it. I guess is the best way I could put it. Did I necessarily like the way that the Ecto 1 looked? For the most part, I did. I thought it was really good. Obviously, in this one, there was a lot of practical effects, but at the same time, there has to be some computer-generated ones as well. It's just the way things are. So that might be something that might pull you back, is I wanted more practical and very little CG. Well, hey, listen, you can't have everything you want. The characters themselves, I thought, were fresh, new, a breath of fresh air to the franchise. I liked the one in particular, the young girl. That's the one that I liked in particular. I just thought that the character was nailed, and the nod to Egon Spengler's character for sure was hit. Absolutely. How did the rest of the movie go? Well, you've probably seen enough reviews, and maybe you've seen it yourself. What are my thoughts on that? The pacing. I think the pacing was pretty good for the most part, I'd say. There's some parts where I thought it was kind of fast forward and slow down, fast forward, but for the most part, I think they nailed it. Very difficult film to make. I could only imagine. It's been in development for so long. So many different rewrites and all that other stuff that we've talked about before. So I think it was, I think they did what they set out to do, for sure. The original 3. Yes. They do make an appearance in the film. I will not say what part. Again, not trying to throw too many spoilers out there, even though most of you I know have probably already seen this. This video is a little late, but I wanted to get it out. So I was pleasantly surprised to see them. And what happens after that is something special. I've heard of a lot of people getting emotional about that part when they come on the screen. And the other things that precede that scene along with the rest of the movie. Yeah, it's just something special. If you were to take everything out of this movie and not appreciate it for trying something new, and to see a certain part of it, you would definitely get emotional because you are invested in these characters. You are invested in the story. That's why you waited so long, just like me and many others, to be able to do this. And it's just special. And if you haven't seen it, I hope you do with an open mind, willing to accept something different, willing to accept not all the same, but definitely appreciate the nods to the past for sure. That's what I have to say about the movie. That's my first impressions. I think it was wonderful. I'd like to watch it again real soon, but there's other parts of the box set that I really want to focus on as well. So that's kind of my first impressions. Plenty of enough reviews on there and this, that, and the other thing. So let's get to the box set. So I'm going to try to throw this up on the screen somewhere, and if it doesn't come out, then I guess I'm just talking about something that doesn't exist. It is what it is. The box set itself is utterly amazing, as I hope that you are seeing from some of these clips that are somewhere in between here in space. So I'm going to have to read off some of these because it's been a little bit since I've looked at this. My favorite parts of this box set are the box set itself. When you take these movies out, it's something special. It reminds me of when I had the old Ghostbusters trap, you know, that little pump thing, and most of the time it wouldn't work. It'd work half the time, and then finally it didn't, and I don't know where mine went. It breaks my heart, but I'd love if they re-released that, or maybe they released a replica, one that was really good sounds and everything. I don't know, but whatever. As you could see, if you haven't already, you will at some point sooner and later. When you take things out of here, it has a green glow to it. And I think that's such an awesome, cool feature. I haven't had a box set that's done that ever. I've had box sets that's done a lot of things. You know, it has a metallic look, the 3D imaging look, the lenticular look. And this one is just special to me. So it obviously has Ghostbusters 1, 2, and Afterlife. One of the best features that I see on here, there's many of them, plenty of them as well. Let's hold off on the features real quick. It comes with a booklet. So I have a huge book based on the making of the first and I believe the second Ghostbusters movie. It's amazing. It cost a good chunk of money and it's very difficult to find. I also have a book that is Tobin's Spirit Guide, which I won't be able to include in here because I'd have to dig it out of the closet of doom, and that's just simply not happening. And I have to do that at some point. So that my entire goodies of Ghostbusters and everything that makes me want to love it and relive it and everything like that, that's got to come out at some point. So note to self, Mr. Jason, make that video. Anyway, back on the tracks. There is a early preview of, or a rare, should I say, rare early preview cut of the film in standard definition with filmmakers' commentary. Now, why is that important? Well, deleted scenes are amazing. They are. They tell a part of the story that we may never see that was cut for time. Maybe it just didn't fit into the plot. Sometimes it's because it's explicit. Sometimes it's a lot of different things. But in this, I'm sure it is really just for time allotted. You can't have a movie that's 15 hours long. you got to keep people's attention. That's just the way it is. So decisions and cuts have to be made. But I love seeing different versions of films, especially in this, where it probably, I mean, I don't know anything about this. I didn't want it to ruin it for me, but I'm pretty sure that it might have a mixture of maybe some things that were in the TV version, some things that weren't. So in TV versions, you have to have a certain time allotted for content that is cut out of the film. Maybe it's legal reasons, a lot of different reasons, but sometimes they have to put in new scenes, filming new scenes, and sometimes you just have to take some of the deleted scenes, put them in, just so the time allotted is actually correct for the network they're showing it on. So I'm really excited to see what's different with this. Like, I never even knew this existed. I knew the deleted scenes did. I've seen them on the DVD and the Blu-ray sets and everything like that. They're great. But to see an early cut of the film, it makes me think of Halloween 2, the television version, or Halloween 1, the television version, where there's... the second one didn't really have too many scenes, but the first one, good chunk of scenes. I think it was about 12 minutes. And I really wish that... that was the way the film was released, but it is what it is. So I think that that's an awesome attraction to this for sure. The book looks amazing. They have lost editions for the role of Dana Barrett. That's always pretty awesome and interesting to hear. You hear a lot of interviews where people, say, hey, this person went for the role, that person went for the role. Well, that's only hearsay. That's not necessarily true. But at least with this, you'd be able to tell for sure that this person actually went for it, whether it was an unknown person or maybe it was a big star at one point. It'd be amazing. Did you know that Kevin Bacon, a very good and gifted actor that's been allotted for movies, he got his start on the first Friday the 13th? What happens if he auditioned for the Ghostbusters, which came out just a couple of years later, and I think at that point there were a bunch of different movies released after that he was very successful in, but just an example, like, that would be cool to see him in a different light, like you do in Friday the 13th, as opposed to the many other different movies that he has, and see how he grows, everything like that. Johnny Depp, too. First starring role was in Nightmare on Elm Street, at least for the big screen. We all know he was in 21 Jump Street, so don't kill me. And let's get back to the box set, because we're just jumping off the tracks, because that's what we do, because it's been so long since I had a video on blah, blah, blah. So, obviously it has the deleted scenes, a music video with Ray Parker Jr., of course, that's great. I haven't seen that in years. And so much more. I'm reading it off for this at this point, because I don't remember exactly what was on there. So, Ghostbusters 2 has never before seen deleted scenes. So I know deleted scenes were on the Blu-ray and the DVD releases, but maybe there's other ones? I'm not sure. It has reflections from both creators of the Ghostbusters and, Afterlife as well on certain scenes. TV version of the film, standard definition, but you can't go wrong with that. There's got to be something new in there. A music video for that as well. I didn't know that existed, which is awesome. The Ghostbusters Afterlife, it has a couple of basic ones. So it has Easter eggs revealed, which is awesome. So that'll pick out every single solitary thing in the movie, I'm sure, that was an Easter egg, which would be really cool. And a bunch of different features that aren't even listed on here. So 3 movies, awesome box set. I can't wait to deep dive into much more of this box set. I just got to get some time to do it, because I've been real busy, as you can imagine, just like all of us. So no harm, no foul. I'm not asking pity for the House of Fun and Video Games, as it took us forever to get this video out. But what I am asking you is just be understanding. It is what it is, right? So what are my thoughts and impressions of the box set? Blown away. This is exactly what a box set should have. I've seen some box sets that come out, and it does not live up to the hype. Now, if you feel that the newest installment into the Ghostbusters franchise did not live up to the hype, it is what it is, and I don't know what to tell you. But I will tell you this. I'm extremely excited to go back and see the other films in a much different way, watch Afterlife again and all those special features. And I believe that this is exactly what we've been waiting for. May I put this in as a kind of extra thing? Over in Europe, there was a box set when the Blu-ray releases were first released for Ghostbusters 1 and 2 that had the similar feel to this, and it had a Slimer statue. I wanted that thing so bad. When I first heard that it was coming out on Blu-ray, I was, yeah! And then I found out it was only released in Europe. But we got the movies at least. They were in high definition. They looked fantastic. They sounded great, etc., etc., of course. But I always wanted that box set and never got it. But now I have the ultimate box set, in my opinion. Ghostbusters is an important part of history in regards to the entertainment industry, of course. It made us laugh. It made us cry. It made us do all kinds of things that not many movies can. And I know I'm not the only one out there who feels that way or feels some sort of way about the franchise in general. It's one of the best movies of all time. And that's a very cliche thing to say. But in my humble opinion, it hit it on every note. Ghostbusters 2 did the same thing, but you can't trap lightning in the bottle twice. It's very difficult. It's extremely hard. Not impossible. But it still had that same feeling that the first one had, in my opinion. But I get why others feel differently. Anyway, folks, this video has gone on long enough. Sorry I've been away for so long. It is what it is. Real life is just what happens. I'll let you know about a little things personal with me. Not too personal. I changed locations because I can't even remember the last time I did a video. It's been like a month at least, if not longer. I changed locations, and this time of year where I am living currently is, how do I say it? Bad shit. I sit in traffic for 2 to 2.5 hours some days just trying to get home. It's very busy, and there's not a lot of time to do much. I don't come up with excuses. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just tired. I needed a break. And I want to spend some time, of course, with my loving family. I always enjoy doing that because they are why I'm here. That's what I'm doing this for, other than, of course, the reasons we said before. But just to leave a postmark, a time capsule for my kids when they grow up to look back and go, yeah, he was a real piece of work, that guy, which is okay. But anyway, that's why I've been gone, and hopefully I'll be able to get back to releasing videos more frequently on many more topics. As you know, we've been working on a few different things in the House of Fun and Video Games. I got a new phone before we get to the wrap-up. It's a Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it looks great. It comes with the S Pen finally, because the Note series is unfortunately gone. Wah, wah, wah. I also got a watch, and I'm not good with wearing watches and not anything on me, but you know, you got to give things a try, and I think it's great. It's worked out for me so far, and it makes life a lot easier. So convenience is everything. But folks, we've jumped way off the rails. It's time to get back on the tracks. If you haven't already, join the 168 other folks out there on the platform of the tube of a billion yous, but only one of me and you, and supporting the House of Fun and Video Games. And I really do appreciate that, because I've been gone for a little while. Comment down below on what you thought of this video. What do you think about Ghostbusters? Share your thoughts. Anything. I love to get into great positive conversations about things that I love, things that make me happy, and things that brighten up my day, and hopefully they do for you as well. That's what that is there for. Take it a step further. I want to see your game rooms. I want to see your collections. I want to see you and what you have to offer, what you have to bring to the table. You can find me at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games on Facebook, at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games, on Twitter, at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games as well. We had a Snapchat, but we really haven't been messing around with that too much. So if you want to see that and you want to get in touch with me that way, go way back. You will see a video that says Snapchat for the House of Fun and Video Games a long, long time ago. So definitely check it out. And let me know what's going on, what's up. That's what we are here for. I appreciate you folks staying in and hanging out with me for this long journey. And I look forward to bringing out some great, amazing content in the future. Folks, this is Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. I hope you have a wonderful night. Enjoy your week, because the weekend certainly isn't here if this video comes out when I think it will. But when the weekend does get here, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for stopping by. And that's all I got.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. On when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back of my swing home.